Hello, my loves. Welcome to Feminine Dating with Lillian Toscano, helping modern women unleash their feminine power. Hello, my loves. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Dating Podcast, where we get to explore everything about being a confident, feminine woman in the world dating. I'm your host, Lilian Toscano, and today we're going to be diving into a very interesting and important topic that is essential for creating healthy and fulfilling relationships. And that is mastering boundaries with feminine grace. And this episode is very dear to me because I did not know how to set boundaries in my relationships. And I struggled with this a lot. I was either the girl who would allow everything to happen and allow the men to walk all over her, or I would be the one, lashing out and being really aggressive towards a person who wasn't respecting my boundaries. I just did not know how to really express them, how to really even knowing what those boundaries were. That was even like a mystery to me. And so today, I want you ladies to set this time to do some self-care for yourself, okay? We are going to do a 6-step method here for you to learn what your boundaries are, how to sit with your boundaries and really feel through them and see and how to express them, right? How to express them in order to cultivate that sanctuary relationship that you desire with your men. So get yourself cozy, pour yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a pen and your journal, and let's get started. So, my loves, setting boundaries is an art. It really is an art, that requires us to honor our needs and our values, right? While still respecting the needs of our men. So it's something that we sort of have to balance and feel through. And this is why feminine energy is so important to embrace it, because that is going to help you so much in understanding, when do I speak up? When do I say nothing? When am I going, when do I need just to be passive and allow things to unfold and observe my men? So it's all about like emotional intelligence. This is all about emotional intelligence at the end of the day, right? So I'm going to teach you specific things to look for and where to find these answers, because a lot of it is within you. Okay, so this is why I want you to go grab yourself a journal and a pen, because I'm going to be asking you questions that are going to get you thinking and feeling. And I'm also going to be suggesting some exercises and tools, and actually a really, really good book that is going to help you with knowing what your needs are. So, like I said, boundaries, right? It's a not really. So it's about creating a loving container for our relationships to flourish and thrive, right? It's not a wall that we're putting up, and it's not, you are not going to shut down. We're not using this boundary to push people away, right? We're going to actually learn how to embrace those boundaries in order to have a deeper emotional connection with our men. And I know that I struggled with this a lot. Like I said, I didn't know when to express them, when to just observe, when to just feel them. I had no clue, right? So today we are going to explore how to set boundaries in a way that embraces your feminine power, and also allowing you to navigate, right, the dating world with grace and authenticity. So let's get started. So now you have your cup of tea or maybe some coffee. Okay, that'll be really good. And get yourself that journal. And I'm just gonna check here. Yes, this is recording. So I was trying to record this for you ladies last week, and to no available. And I had to kind of lean back and say, you know what? maybe my message is not right today. I'll do this when I come back from my trip. I went to Toronto, and it was a wonderful trip. And I said I'll just do it next week, get that done. I'm not gonna force something that is just not meant to be. And so, and this can be a challenge for me sometimes because I want to do, the things that I said I was going to do. Like I said, this is what I'm going to do every single week. I want to give you ladies this podcast. And sometimes just like, powers that be just do not allow it. So forgive me for not being here last week, but I'm here today. So anyways, let's start with step 1. So like I said, it's going to be 6 steps that we're going to go through together, okay? So this is going to be something that we are both interacting with this. I want you to do this work with me. Sometimes it's easier to just like work together rather than you just doing it on your own because you don't know what's going on, right? So step 1. Step 1 is you must know yourself. Okay. So the first step is in setting boundaries really is to deeply understand yourself, your desires, what you need. What are your deal breakers, my love? What are your non negotiables? Do you know them? Right. So this is a great time to reflect, to do some self reflection and introspection in order to learn what those things are for you. What do you truly desire in your relationship, right? What I desire in my relationship may be very different from what you desire. So write that down. What do you desire? What do you want? What are your non-deal breakers, right? What are your deal breakers? What do you want in a romantic relationship? So I am going to give you some questions that I want you to write down and just answer them, okay? So it can help you just get those juices flowing and understand yourself better, okay? So tune into your intuition, okay? So at this moment, I want you to just tune into your intuition, listen to that voice within you, okay? And write these questions down. What are your core values? Do you know what they are? Do you know what core values are, first and foremost, right? What do you need in a romantic relationship? What is it that you need in your romantic relationship? And be so brutally honest with this because a lot of times we go out there not knowing what we need in a romantic relationship and we end up with men who are just not a good fit. And years go by and we never get our needs met. And we think that it's the men that are not providing us those needs, but really it's us not even knowing what those things are, not even knowing how to express them, and ultimately, yeah, picking the wrong men. So knowing yourself, this is key in dating because when you know yourself, you're gonna know like, okay, is this acceptable for me? Is this a good deal for me? Do I want this man? Do I desire to be in this relationship without having to change him, right? You can obviously inspire a man and I can teach you how to do that, but he has to be a man that wants that as well, right? And is a good fit, is in alignment with what you want. Okay. So the next question that I want you to ask yourself is, what are your non-negotiables in a relationship? Okay. What are your non-negotiables? So this is going to help you gain clarity on these aspects, right? You'll establish a solid foundation for setting boundaries that are in alignment with your true self. And I actually have a digital course on this, and it's part of my feminine energy program, and it's also the Diva Dating Manual. And I go through this step by step. We go deep into this stuff in that course. So you're going to learn about that foundation of being in your feminine energy, while you're also going to learn how to date smartly, right? How to date with purpose, and not just mindlessly picking whoever. This is like intentional dating, knowing yourself, knowing what you want, going out there with an intention of marriage, going out there with an intention of commitment. So this is what we need to do first, right? Know yourself. So if you're interested in purchasing that course, I'll leave the link below and you can purchase it there. It's only like $37. Trust me, it's like nothing compared to what you're going to learn. And it's so incredible. It's transforming. Seriously, it is transforming. So if I also wanted to, let me just check here. Okay, so that's good. I'm just checking that, this thing is actually being recorded because I had trouble last time. So I would also recommend a book here. It's called The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And it's an excellent book to learn what your needs are and what your partner needs are, right? Because yeah, you want to obviously get your needs fulfilled, but you also want to know what your partners are. If you're just dating right now and you have no clue, that's okay. This book is really like it. I know like it's when you read it, it's gonna sound more for like like marriage for couples that are already married. But I actually read it when I was single, and I gave it to my then boyfriend, which is now my husband, to read while we were dating, and we learned so much about ourselves. So it's a great book to have. And if you have a partner that you feel like, what, I want you to know more about this, just give it to him. Just be like, hey, like, this book I was recommended to me, and it's an excellent book. I read it, and now I know what my love language is, and it's really good to know what we need from each other, right? So this is an excellent book. I will try and see if I can find the links for the US and Canada. You can find it on Amazon or any place, I'm sure, like any bookstore. I have like the digital, and I also have the actual book because I'm old school like that. I like to have like the actual book in my hands. So okay, so let's keep going because I have the 6 steps that I want you to go through. So step number 2. Step number 2 is about catching and processing. Okay. A feminine energy woman feels her feelings. She sits with the discomfort, right? And allows herself to process and respond rather than react, right? And this takes practice, my love. Okay. This is not something that you're going to be like good at right away, right? If you are stuck in a pattern that you are either, you shut down and you feel numb and you don't feel anything, or you are one that you lash out at the men, you're gonna in your body's gonna want to do one or the other, right? So we have to practice to move through and break those unhealthy patterns, right? And so these patterns are going to creep in, and it's going to feel unnatural to just sit there and process because it's a habit that you have, right? This is an unhealthy pattern of, either reacting or shutting down. And it's just a habit that we need to break. It's not like a big deal. Trust me, I've had so many clients come to me, and we have broken so many of their old patterns, unhealthy patterns, to the point that they're like, wow, I am like a new person. I am so beyond what I used to get stuck with, right? So you're going to have to break that pattern, my love, by interrupting it, okay? So there's a few ways that you can do this. I have a bunch of tools, obviously, that I teach my clients, but here I would say, take a few moments and excuse yourself, right? So when you feel that triggered, when you're feeling triggered by this man, because obviously you're going to feel triggered by everyone at some point, right? So when you feel triggered, and practice with everyone, it doesn't have to be just with men. You can actually practice with your family members. I mean, your mother, maybe she, triggers you a lot. This could be like an area where you can practice with her, right? So, and see if you can break that pattern of yours, right? By giving yourself a moment to just feel and sit with the discomfort, not having to react, right? Not having to do anything. And being passive can be a challenge for a lot of us, right? So I want you to excuse yourself if you have to. Take some deep breaths, really like sink in into your body, right? Allow your body to feel, like sink into your vagina, feel your vagina, allow your vagina to just soften your butt area, just to widen and just feel. Use all your senses. This is a really good moment to start using all your senses and just feel the air, flowing, and slow down. Try and see if you can slow down your breathing. Try and see if you can just sink into your body and feel your body. right? And feel where is the trigger, right? Where do you feel tight? Does your stomach feel tight? Does it feel, do you feel stressed? Is there like a sharp feeling in your chest? Like just feel all the physical senses that you're feeling in your body. And you're going to see that just by doing this, you're going to start breaking that pattern because now you are not in your mind, you are now in your body. And that is exactly where you need to be, okay? And this makes me so excited to say that because it's so so true. Once you sink in into your body, you're gonna be like, okay, now I can be, now I can just take it in, and now I can. You're gonna gain so much clarity from this point on, right? So this, of course, like I said, takes emotional intelligence, right? Because this is where you get to decide either to actually take action once you process it or be passive and allow the moment to just flow. Sometimes there's nothing to say to the person. You either accept them for who they are or you reject them and move on to someone else, right? And so this is why it's so important to be in your feminine, because it allows you to sit with the feeling and observe whether this is a good fit for you, right? And honestly, at the end of the day, you just have to ask yourself, does this feel good? Do I feel good with this man, right? And that's going to tell you whether this man is a good fit or not. And yes, people are going to trigger you. All types of people are going to trigger you. But it can't be that you're fighting with this man, struggling with this man. It has to feel very, you have to feel good with the man that you choose today, right? And they have to be in alignment with what you want. So catching yourself and processing your feelings, oof, this is like sexy stuff. Trust me. Once you're able to do this, you are going to get this man so turned on by you. It's incredible. I get my husband so turned on by this, by me just sitting, feeling, and allowing, right? So let's get to the next step. So, step three is now you get to decide whether you express it or not, right? So, expressing your boundaries. Let's say that you have decided that no, you need to express your boundary. There is something that you need to say to this man, right? So, setting boundaries is not about creating walls, right? Or shutting others out, right? You're not running away from the problem. You are going to express what you need. And this is a thing, like with a problem that I see a lot of times, that intelligent, wonderful, amazing women are not are not finding themselves courageous enough to express what they need. They shut down, or they lash out, or they run away from the problem and they don't want to face it, right? And this is the wrong way of obviously dealing with these situations, as hard as they are, because this makes us feel vulnerable. This makes us feel naked, right? When we are like authentic and we express what we need. Oh my gosh, that's scary. That's scary stuff. And this is the stuff that I teach my clients how to do, because I just, before I would just run away, right? I wouldn't know what to do, or shut down, or like I said, or lash out at people, or my men, right? Especially my men. But so this is about being, opening up authentic lines of communication, right? And to approach these conversations with compassion and empathy, understanding that boundaries are a means of self-care, right? And self-respect for you, right? Because a lot of times we think that boundaries they have to be this like, oh my gosh, I have to say this to this person. It feels so scary. But really, it's loving you is taking care of you, right? It's knowing what you need. So express your needs and limits with clarity, okay? And one tool that I would want you to use here is the I feel statements. And the I feel statements is this, okay? You want to convey how certain behaviors or actions impact you, okay? Not the behavior that he's doing, but how it feels to you. I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel scared. I feel scared. I feel scared to lose you. I feel scared to, you know, I feel angry, or I feel sad. I want to be a priority in your life, right? So the way you express yourself and use this I feel statement is going to connect you to his heart. Just by you expressing how you actually authentically feel is going to connect to his heart. Why? Because you're connected to yours, my love. The minute you feel and you express how it feels to you, you are connected to your heart. So that automatically bridges that gap between your heart and his heart. Okay. But watch out for how you're expressing this I feel statement. Because a lot of times I have clients that come in and they're like, yes, I feel that he did this, or I feel that you did that. Okay. Take away the you as much as you can. Okay. And stay with I want, I feel, I don't want. Okay. So by communicating from a place of vulnerability and love, you invite your partner to understand and respect your boundaries, right? And this is key. This is definitely key. Okay? Because you are able to communicate what you need in your relationship. If you don't communicate what your needs are, it's gonna seem like they don't matter, right? He's gonna think that you don't. It doesn't matter because you're not even communicating those needs, and it's not for him to know this stuff. It's for you to communicate them. Okay, the men are not mind readers. They need to know what you need in order for them to feel inspired to do those things for you, and you need to know how to express that. Okay, so now I would want you to, in your journal, say some I feel statements, right? Practice saying it, practice um, even expressing it, like say it out loud. How does it feel to say that I feel sad? I want to be a priority. I want to be, I want more time with you. I feel so loved when I spend time with you, right? Practice saying it out loud and see how it feels. I'm telling you, in the beginning, it's going to feel so unnatural and so like not you because you're not used to it. But over time, you're going to see it. It's going to be like this natural way of you speaking how you feel. And your man is just going to love that about you. Okay. This is like sexy stuff for them. Okay. This is like pillow talk here. So, step number 4 is embrace feminine assertiveness, okay? Asserting your boundaries in a feminine way is a graceful dance, right? Between strength and softness. So you are going to be, and my mentor calls it a peach of a woman, okay? So you're going to have the strength within, knowing what you're worthy of, right? Having high self-esteem, loving you, right? But outside of you, you're going to be soft, inviting, you're going to be warm, right? So this is about expressing your needs and limits with confidence and clarity, right? But while maintaining your inherent femininity, which is your softness, which is your compassion, your love, right? So embrace that power of your voice, the radiance of your presence, right? And the beauty of your vulnerability. The more vulnerable you are to the right guy, right? I'm talking the right guy here. We're not talking about a guy who's emotionally unavailable or toxic or any of that. We are talking about a good man who wants to do good, who loves you, and will do anything in his power to move mountains for you. And this is what good men do, they will move mountains for you if you are able to stay in your feminine energy and really embrace that. And that's what my husband does. So by embodying this feminine assertiveness, you create a safe space for your boundaries to be honored and respected, right? So you want to be that woman, my love, that is a peach. You're strong on the inside and soft on the outside, right? So that means that you are strong woman, independent woman, yet you still need a man. You still want a man. You're still that soft and warm towards a man. There's still that femininity about you, right? That softness. What men want, right? What men really value in a woman is that, right? Being his peace of mind, knowing that, having that, playful fun, yet knowing her value type of woman, right? You know your value. That's what it is. You know your value. You know you deserve what you deserve. You have high self esteem, right? And if you don't, this is something that we need to work on, okay? So let's go to step 5 now. And this is practice self care and self love, like we were just talking about, right? Setting boundaries is an act of self love. It's an act of self love, right? It's really about prioritizing your well being and honoring your own needs. Because if you don't honor your needs, no one is going to do it for you, right? No one will. You have to honor your needs, right? Engage in self care practices that nourish your body, that nourish your mind, that nourish your soul, my love. Like, get out there and really take care of you, right? So, set aside time for activities that bring you joy and replenish your energy, right? Go dancing, go do some fun stuff. Self talk. Definitely, this is like the don't no more negative self talk. If that is this is something that you do, we have to work on that, okay? Activities out there, get yourself to be, more social. If you're not a social person, I tend to sometimes, um, my clients are very introverted, and this is something that we need to work on, right? Getting out there and talking to people and nourishing that part of us because we all need that connection, right, with others. So practice self care and self love, okay? So by nurturing yourself, you will cultivate a sense of worthiness that empowers you to establish and maintain healthy boundaries in your relationship. You're going to see by taking care of you, putting yourself as a priority, everyone else will do the same for you. It's like a ripple effect that happens, right? So, this is a must. This is a must. Self-care, self-love, and there's different tools, different exercises that you can do with this. I actually teach this in my Say Yes to Love program as well. I get my clients to work on this. We practice different scenarios where I get them to do some self-loving exercises, right? I can actually teach you one right now. Maybe I can do something quickly here. Yes. So um, one of the exercises that I teach my clients is to pour love into her, right? So imagine that you have this like beautiful lotion, right? That smells amazing. I don't know what your favorite scent is. Pick one: lavender, coconut, whatever, vanilla, one that you really, really enjoy. And just imagine that there's this bowl of this thing in front of you. It's either lotion or buttercream or whatever it is. And start pouring that, like grab a little bit of that and start putting it on your body, on your arms, on your chest, on your face. Okay. And think of this as love, putting love on you. Okay, you are putting this love all over you. You're rubbing yourself with this love, and try doing it like all over your body and see how that feels. Oh my gosh, every time I do it with my clients, they're just like melting on their chairs. Like it's just incredible. And we do it very slowly, very sensual, for them to feel their sensuality, for them to feel that love as well that's coming from them to them, right? It's in them, that love that's for them. It's available there. And sometimes we don't see it because we're seeking that love from someone outside. But first, it has to come from within, right? So try that tool out and let me know how that helps you, because it's an incredible, powerful tool when you practice it. Okay, so last step. This one is consistency is key, okay? With anything, you have to be consistent, right? So setting boundaries requires consistency and follow through, okay? If you say you're going to do something, you follow through, my love, okay? Because this is something that you're teaching men how to treat you, right? And if you don't follow through with what you say you're going to do, how or what you're saying, he's not going to respect you, okay? So you have to follow through. Okay, so once you have established your boundaries, right, it's really important to uphold them consistently. Okay, so be firm in enforcing the limits you have set. So let's say a man, keeps calling you late at night and you've already told him you're not available for those phone calls, right? And you already mentioned to him, it doesn't feel good to get a call at this time of night. I'm actually, I'm sleeping, right? If he calls you, you are not going to answer that phone call at that time. You're going to wait till the next day, right? Because you have already told them that you are not available for those late night calls. And so you are going to stay firm with that. And I know there's that urge of like, oh my gosh, he's calling me. I want to answer. I want to spend some time with him. I miss him. I haven't seen him, blah, 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 blah. But don't do it, because you are creating the wrong impression of what you want. You're telling him something different, is not in alignment with what you're saying you want. So we have to be true to ourselves. This is why we have to be brutally honest with what we want and stick to it, because we have to know whether, is this a good deal? Is this what we want? Do we want to have someone, come in every now and then and have some fun, or are we actually looking for the real deal, right? What are you looking for, right? So be firm, right, in enforcing the limits you have set, while also obviously being open to dialogue and understanding, because there could be some, for whatever reason, right, you still want to communicate those things and see, what the other person is saying, because this could be something that it's not like black and white. It could be something that you guys can both work as a team. So setting boundaries is actually a really, really good thing for a relationship. Okay, remember, boundaries are not meant to build walls, right, rather than these are to create a loving container where growth and connection can thrive. Okay, so we have explored, my love, the art of setting boundaries in a feminine way by knowing yourself, expressing your boundaries, right, with love, with empathy, with compassion, embracing feminine assertiveness as well, knowing who you are, knowing your worth, having that strength within, right? And practicing self care and maintaining consistency. This is key. Okay. This is how you will create that foundation of love and respect in your relationships. Because if you don't do that for yourself, nobody else will do that for you. Okay. Boundaries are a powerful tool for nurturing your feminine essence. Okay. Because a feminine woman is very inviting, she's open, but she also does not tolerate, right, bad behavior. So know the difference. You're not a doormat, you're not a weak woman. There is that softness and beautiful, warmth on you, in you, but you're also not going to tolerate bad behavior, right? This is why you have to be discerning and have to know when to say no to something or to someone, right? And this is how you're going to be inviting in the love that really aligns with your truest self. This is key, right? So, my loves, this has been an incredible episode for me. I'm so happy that you're here. I hope you got something out of this, and I would go back and, do if you haven't done it, go back and do those questions that I asked you to do in the beginning. They're going to help you so much. I am also going to be doing a free masterclass at the end of this month. I am so, so excited for this. I want to spend some time with you and coach you through this. So, I have decided that June 23rd at 9 a.m. PST, I'll be doing a free masterclass, and we're going to be diving into how to get him to fall in love and commit and see you as wife material. Okay, because this is exactly what I did, and I am so excited to be sharing with you my step-by-step process of how I did it, my blueprint. And this is basically my Say Yes to Love program that I go through with my clients. So I am going to be doing that for you that day. Just make sure that you give yourself. I'm allotting 90 minutes of this. It may be a little bit less, I'm not sure, but I'm saying 90 minutes of this masterclass. So give yourself that time where you can actually just sit down and be present. Be present. This is going to be key. So if you're interested in joining me for this masterclass, free masterclass, go and sign up for my newsletter. That's because I am only making this masterclass available for the women that are already in my part of my newsletter list. So if you're interested in that, I am going to leave the link below where you can go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. You are going to get an email on the 19th, so that's Monday the 19th, with all the information that you need in order to register for the actual masterclass. And I'm going to be doing this through Zoom because I want to be coaching you. I want to give you this as a beautiful gift. Totally free of charge, because I know that you ladies are going to, I just want you ladies to succeed. I want you ladies to have that love that you desire, and I know you can. So just like I did. So anyway, I am going to leave that link below, and yeah, you will get that email, like I said, and we will go from there. If you have any questions, I think you can contact me through here as well, my podcast, and or you can go to liliantoscano.com and you can sign up for my newsletter there as well. But I will leave the links below for you so you have access to that. And yeah, I am so excited to see you on the 23rd and actually meet you and see your beautiful faces. I mean, I would love to see your beautiful faces and coach you. And yeah, give you my all. That's really what I want to do. So, anyway, love you so much. Till the next one. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a beautiful day. If you want to learn more about being in your feminine energy, I have a free feminine energy guide that you can just download from my website. Just go to liliantoscano.com and download it from there. See you soon.